Hi, my name is Scott Viala of Viala Training, and today I have a video brought to you guys by Set for Set. So we are going to show you guys how to do a proper Turkish Get Up. So when people first start training with kettlebells, one of the very first exercises they want to learn is the Turkish Get Up. And I get it, Turkish Get Ups look cool and they are a very powerful exercise. But when done incorrectly, a Turkish Get Up can be very dangerous. So I want you guys to avoid a dangerous exercise and make it a powerful exercise. So we are going to show you how to do a Turkish Get Up properly. So first things first, I need you guys to have a proper weight load. So even if you are a very strong human, I do recommend starting with a very light weight load. That way we can do the movement properly and move through every single stage. Because if we have a very heavy weight load and we are loaded improperly, that is what makes it a dangerous exercise and can lead to injury. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a get up, and then I'm going to break down every single step. So I'm coming down to the ground. I have a 40-pound set for set kettlebell. So for myself, that is a rather light weight load. So I'm coming onto my right shoulder. I'm grabbing the bell, I'm bringing it in tight, I'm hugging it in tight. The handle is going across the palm of my hand. So I'm here, my left leg, I'm bringing it over, so I have a lot of tension into this kettlebell. So I'm going to roll onto my back, bring that kettlebell with me, so it is on my chest, almost like it's in a rack position. So I'm pressing that kettlebell up overhead, my shoulders are stacked. Right here, I have my leg bent, my right leg, my left leg is nice and straight. I'm going to push off of my right heel and explode up onto my left forearm. So here my core is braced, I am exploding up. So a big explosive motion. My lats are stacked here. I have a lot of tension on this kettlebell. I'm coming up onto my hand, making sure that my knee and my hip is nice and open. At all times, I'm looking at the kettlebell so I know exactly where it is. So from here, my foot is planted. I'm driving my hips off the ground, really keeping my core braced. So this lead leg here, or the front leg, sorry, I'm dragging back so it is in a nice straight line with my left hand. So here, again, my arms are stacked. I'm going to push off of this left hand and come to a bottom part of a lunge. So reassess your footing. So I'm here, really make sure that my lats are stacked, bicep by the ear. I am driving up, lunging up, making sure that the arm is stacked, got a lot of tension in that kettlebell still. So my left leg is going to lunge back, stepping back, down controlled. So I like to do a windshield wipe first. So I'm going to rotate my left foot inwards. So this way I can push my hips back and post up onto my left hand. So again, my arms are stacked, a lot of tension in this bell. I'm dragging my leg through, keeping my hips high, really bracing that core, bring my hips down to the ground. And this is a portion that I really like to do. I like to slide my arm down, coming down controlled, back down to the ground. Come to that rack position and rolling back to the side. So that is the Turkish Get Up, how I like to do the Turkish Get Up. There's a few different variations that you can do a little bit differently that are totally fine. So we are going to do this one more time, and I'm going to do it without a kettlebell, just so I can break down every motion a little bit more. So again, on my side, so I'm cradling in, then I'm rolling onto my back. Here, that kettlebell is really tight to my side. I am pressing up. So when I am here, I want to have my palm facing out. So my lead leg, this one here, this is going to be my solid base. That leg is always the same one that we have the kettlebell. So I have my the kettlebell in my right hand, so I have my right leg up. So this right leg, that heel is rooted to the ground, and from here, I am going to drive off of my heel, and I'm going to explode up onto my left forearm. So bracing my core, really driving up, pushing off this heel, coming up right here. So the next portion, before I come up onto my hand, I want to really make sure that I am in the right position. So my lead leg, my foot needs to be planted on the ground, and I need that foot to be rooted. Because when I bring my hips up, if I'm on the ball of my foot or just on my heel, then my base is gonna be compromised. So again, I am here, I have my knee open, my hips open, my lats are set back so they are stacked, a lot of tension overhead, coming up onto my hand. Then from here, again, making sure that those hips are open, because what will happen if our hips are caved in here and I'm trying to lift my leg up, I'm gonna have no clearance to drag my leg through, and in turn, I'm gonna put a lot of tension onto my knee. So really making sure that those hips are open. I got my core braced, my arm is stacked for my lats. I'm gonna drive those hips up to right here. So now my arm is stacked. So from my right arm all the way down to my left, it should be a nice straight line. So now this front leg, I'm gonna drag it all the way back. So drag, drag, drag back right here. So I want it to be my knee, a straight line, obviously to my foot, and then to the hand that I'm posted up on. So we want to have that straight line, because if we just drag that leg back to right here, I am bending my spine. So this is one of the most common mistakes that I see when people do get-ups. They drag that leg through to right here and then up. But when we're here and we have a heavy weight load, even without a weight load, I really feel all that torque in my lower back and my spine just bending. So the difference from here to right here is absolutely everything. So now, if I have a heavy weight load, and if I need to kind of shift my body and get a little bit of a hinge here, pushing the hips, I move freely. But if I'm right here and I'm moving, I'm bending my spine and just wreaking havoc on my whole lower back. So again, that portion here, drag that leg back so it's in a nice straight line. So from here, just a little push off of the hand, and we're gonna brace every muscle in the body coming up to that bottom part of a lunge. So I like that to be a little bit more explosive motion. We can do it slow and controlled, and I do recommend to do it slow and controlled if you cannot handle whatever weight you do have above you. But that being said, you should not be using a weight that you cannot handle. So pushing off that hand, coming up. Then we are here, we can rotate that foot so we can reset our feet so we're in that bottom part of a lunge. So two options there again. So we can do it all one motion, push off that hand, rotating up, or we can do it controlled, push up, bracing, reset that front leg, windshield wipe that foot, then lunging up. So we are here, bracing that core, making sure that rib cage is down, that arm is stacked under the lats, bicep is nice and close by the ear, and that kettlebell we have a crush grip on. So now we're gonna lunge back with that same leg. So step back, come down controlled, really make sure that this lead leg, once again, that foot is rooted to the ground. Because if it is not, and if we are on that ball of the foot, we are gonna compromise our base. So next part, I am gonna post up onto my left hand, coming down, windshield wiping that back foot. So I have that nice solid base. So I have these pillars here, so I have such a strong base. Again, if that knee is bent here, then my base is weakened. But a few other things to really try to avoid is the clearance between the knee and the hand. Because if we are too close and I'm right here, then I have a weaker base than if I am right here where I'm nice and solid. Another thing to try and avoid is having the hand back too far, because it's also going to weaken the base. So we want to be right here, so the knee to the hand, depending on the length of your limbs, about a foot away. I believe that's about a foot. So here we are. So we're in that bottom part, then we're going to drag that back leg forward, keeping my hips high and that core braced. So those arms are stacked, hips down. So two options here. What I like to do, I like to slide that arm, come down smooth, then my shoulders are on the ground. But another option, and a more common option, is coming onto the forearm and then onto the shoulder. So here, come down onto the forearm, onto the shoulder, and down. Kettlebell come down controlled, and then roll back to the side. So either option is fine, and I would rather you do whatever you feel more comfortable with. So if that is coming down onto the forearm, then the shoulder, or if you feel comfortable just sliding down, coming down controlled, either one is totally fine. All right, so let's show you guys the Turkish Get Up one more time. I'm gonna come onto the side here. So we are gonna do it with a weight load again. So I'm rolling onto my right shoulder, cradling it in tight. I'm gonna roll onto my back, bring that kettlebell with me. I am bringing my right leg up, that foot is planted, pressing that kettlebell up overhead. So I am here, shoulder blade set back, lats tight, palm is facing out. So I am pushing off this heel as I explode up onto my left forearm. So big power. My hips are open, coming onto my hand, drive my hips up, brace my core, drag my leg back. I got that straight line. I'm gonna push off of my hand, bracing to the bottom part of the lunge. Make sure those lats are stacked. We are gonna lunge up. There we are. Make sure everything is braced, a lot of tension in the body. Stepping back, down controlled. I like to windshield wipe my foot first. Then I'm pushing my hips back, hinging, posting up on that hand. So here, drag my back leg to the front, keep my hips high, core braced. That arm is stacked, hips down to the ground, forearm, shoulder, down. Rolling to my right side. So that is the Turkish Get Up. I'm going to show you that movement from a few different angles to hopefully get you guys moving properly for that Turkish Get Up.